story. I think he was playing against the Buffalo Bills, and I believe he was on the verge of being sacked. He scrambled all the way to near the like I want to say about the 1 yard line or pretty much in the end zone, and he heaved it all the way to I think Calvin Williams at the time heaved it all the way to Calvin Williams for a touchdown. Randall is to me is like the most in terms of our era of watching football with the Barry Sanders and the Steve Youngs and the Dan Marinos is the most unappreciated superstar player in his era to me. Look at the numbers when you compare Randall Cunningham to Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman had 165 touchdowns and 141 interceptions. Randall had 207 touchdowns to 134 interceptions. Randall Cunningham is a two-time MVP award winner. Now you're talking nowadays we're talking about individuals like Kurt Warner who played a short stint in the NFL. To me, is not true on longevity really, and he's already considered to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. We have Randall Cunningham who's played with less talent. Kurt Warner has been in situations and been in places where he's had a lot of talent. When he was with the Giants, he sucked.
Because he didn't have
nobody. He didn't have anybody. Randall Cunningham is one with limited talent, and in 1 year he had talent, he shattered records. That's very important to know about that.
Yeah, we'll get to kind of why Kurt Warner is considered a Hall of Famer and Randall isn't a little bit later in the discussion as far as Super Bowls go. But I think you guys are minimizing Fred Barnett, Irving Fryar. Did he have Chris Carter too for a while?
Chris Carter when he was hopped up on drugs. That's a whole different situation.
I was just asking. I'm saying he had a good defense.
He had a great defense.
Not good. He had a great defense.
He had a great defense.
A great defense.
He had a great
exactly.
defense.
Offensive line was great, right?
I wouldn't say it was great.
Good.
It was decent. It was decent.
But I mean, you saying Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams were being good wide receivers? Yeah, Calvin Williams.
I didn't say Calvin. I said Irving Fryar.
Irving Fryar. I mean, but those wide receivers aren't compared to any of the wide receivers in terms of some of these individuals that are already in the hall, like Michael Irvin. Steve Young had Jerry Rice.
Who did Trent Dilfer have when Baltimore won?
He had a dominating defense. That defense is totally different than the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
He also had Shannon Sharp.
I'm just saying, it's Keith Byers.
Like Shannon Sharp.
I'm just saying he had the formula to win a Super Bowl.
He had a. I'm not gonna agree with that.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. If you look at let's take Trent Dilfer. You want to make that argument. Trent Dilfer had a All-Pro left tackle. He had probably the greatest tight end that played football in Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
You can't.
And
he also had Jamal Lewis, who was a very good running back, and he also had Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes wasn't really a contributor.
He wasn't a contributor.
Who was his receivers?
Like
Jermaine
Stokely
Lewis
and Jermaine Lewis. But the most important thing what Will just said was the running back. That team was predicated on running the ball. Randall Cunningham was the only one. Period. The only offensive threat on that team. He couldn't hand the ball to who's going to hand the ball to?
Well, can I mention that I want Randall goes to Hall of Fame? I think, seriously, I just was trying to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Of course.
But what I'm saying is, he had opportunities in my opinion, but I still think he was a unique player.
Yeah.
Like
I think he was before his time.
Yeah, if it was for Randall Cunningham, we wouldn't have Michael Vick wouldn't be a 99 on Madden on speed.
Right,
you know what
but
I mean?
see, some players go to the Hall of Fame, and some people, I should say, look at John Madden because of how unique they are.
Yeah.
Not because he was a coach. I understand color commentary is a different category, but Randall was the only person like that. I mean, they try to compare Jim Zorn's playing career to Randall's because he could scramble, which was garbage. And Sammy Ball, too. And Baby Boomers, I'm sorry. Sammy Ball, back then, I mean, hey, we didn't see it. I'm going with Randall. Randall, to me, should be in the Hall of Fame. But the next question that was thrown out on Twitter was, why do people judge a quarterback's Hall of Fame worthiness on Super Bowls? Which was the Kurt Warner comparison. Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl. He took the Arizona Cardinals. Anybody who took the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl should be considered for the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I don't care what you say.
But Lee Rice on Twitter, Lee Rice 22 on Twitter said, I would say the Super Bowl is considered winning at the highest level, and the best need to be winners. It's a flawed logic.
All right.
It's a flawed logic.
I don't know if I
just
got all
like your
that.
statement was flawed. All the stuttering.
I know.
Hey,
tripping over your tongue.
I know, sir. I apologize.
Hey, it's all good though, man.
All good. We're not perfect here.
Super Bowl is
you hurt my feelings.
Super Bowl is it's a huge huge accomplishment on your resume. You can't knock that. But like the greatness of Dan Marino, which we'll get to, he got to the Hall of Fame because he was a great quarterback, not based on his numbers. But I heard earlier on the radio, Mark Rippon, Doug Williams, quarterbacks here, Joe Theismann, aren't in the Hall of Fame. They have Super Bowls. So it's not always based on that.
Yeah, it's not, and it shouldn't be. I mean, you're not. It's hard. I think it's unfair to be subjected. I mean, it's unfair to be not included because because you don't have a ring or whatnot. I think that this. You can't control what in terms of organizations where you're going to land or who or what they're going to do around you. You can only do what you can do with the best of in terms of the talent pool you have on your team. And Dan Marino had to be that individual, the whole front of the Miami Dolphins, and there really wasn't any talent around him. And the same applies for Randall, in my opinion.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboy Blue, he said you need to ask Dan Marino about all those stats in those Super Bowl, but he's in the Hall of Fame. So that was a valid point. Are we in consensus that Randall should be a Hall of Famer here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're biased because you're an Eagles fan. You're biased because you're a Randall fan.
But the numbers speak volume to me though.
Well,
Even though us three think that Randall should be a Hall of Fame quarterback, one of our another panelist on our show, Jeffrey Fish Walters, doesn't think that Randall should be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Right. Actually, he hold on, let me get my email. He emailed me earlier. His exact comments were, "Hell no, Randall Cunningham should not be a Hall of Fame quarterback." Yeah, that was his exact
email too. Matter of fact.
And he based that on the numbers.
He based it. I mean,
what you're basing your
exactly.
Your
it's wild, but he has Troy Aikman. He realized that Troy Aikman should be in the Hall.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
That's a funny
Slow
dude.
down.
That's a funny guy. He's a hell of a guy.
Anyway, with that being said, we're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue this discussion. We're going to also transition to place your bet in the NFL. Hall of Fame, Aikman, Young, Brett Favre. We'll hit you out when we come back.
I'm a champion, realize Shaq's mechanism. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place.
This is the Urban Sports Scene. Welcome back.
Just trying to get out.
And it's time for Place Your Bet. Wally versus Will T. I'm not going to be involved. Again, I'm judging. Will T's the champ. Wally's still the challenge. Place Your Bet.
Okay.
It's the same daggone thing.
All right, titles and whatnot. Let's go.
All right, well, it is what it is. I mean, what do you want to call it? You just got to worry about winning,
I know. That's all I care about right now.
All right, here we go.
Just don't make it Isaiah Thomas question.
Here we go. and please don't mention stats if you don't know it.
Stat boy.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Let's go. Let's get it on.
All right,
Let's
here
get
we
it
go.
on. Stop playing. Let's go.
This past weekend was the Hall of Fame game, Bengals-Cowboys. It was the highest-rated preseason game in 6 years. Place your bet. Is the preseason becoming more relevant with people fantasy scouting, or was it just because it was the first football game in a long time?
It's the first football game in a long time. To me, the ratings that this game did goes to show that there does not need to be
goes to show
that there doesn't need to be a work stoppage. This goes to show that people there's a real want for NFL football, whether it's preseason or whether it's regular season. So everyone making the statement that the fans don't want preseason games, they should go to an enhanced season. I don't know what the hell an enhanced season is by adding 2 more games to the regular season. It's stupid to me. But I think that this goes to show that people love NFL football, and
I think the reason why the ratings was high was because of Ocho Cinco and Terrell Owens. That's the reason.
What are you placing your bet on?
I'm placing my bet that it's not because of the popularity of football. I'm placing my bet it's on the popularity of Ocho Cinco and Terrell Owens.
let them go with it.
Yeah, you said is the reason. You said is it because is football?
No, well, I was just throwing it out there as thoughts. I was just want to know if it was relevant again. Neither
Well,
one
not
of y'all
because
gave me that.
it's not
relevant.
because it's because Ocho Cinco and Terrell Owens. It's
Not because of the Cowboys.
No, it's
team?
because Ocho Cinco and Ocho. They went the first time you can see Ocho Cinco and Terrell Owens together. You see the TV show. You see them on their separate